And today is Thursday, third week of Easter. It's April 30th. Thank you. And we will continue reading from the Acts of the Apostles, turn from our liturgy. The angel of the Lord spoke to Philip, "Get up and head south on the road that goes down from Jerusalem to Gaza, the desert route." So he got up and set out. Now there was an Ethiopian eunuch, a court official of the Candace, that is, the queen of the Ethiopians, in charge of her entire treasury, who had come to Jerusalem to worship and was returning home. Seated in his chariot, he was reading the prophet Isaiah. The Spirit said to Philip, "Go and join up with that chariot." Philip ran up and heard him reading Isaiah the prophet and said, "Hey, do you understand what you were reading?" He replied, "How can I, unless someone instructs me?" So he invited Philip to get in and sit with him, and this was the scripture passage he was reading. "Like a sheep he was led to the slaughter, and as a lamb before its shearer is silent, so he opened not his mouth. In his humiliation justice was denied him. Who will tell of his posterity? For his life is taken from the earth." Then the eunuch said to Philip in reply, "I beg you, about whom is the prophet saying this? About himself or is it about someone else?" Then Philip opened his mouth, and beginning with the scripture passage, he proclaimed Jesus to him. As they traveled along the road, they came to some water, and the eunuch said, "Look, there is water. What is to prevent me from being baptized?" Then he ordered the chariot to stop, and Philip and the eunuch both went down into the water to be baptized with him. When they came out of the water, the Spirit of the Lord snatched Philip away, and the eunuch saw him no more, but continued on his way rejoicing. Philip came to Azotus and went about proclaiming the good news to all the towns until he reached Caesarea. The word of the Lord. Thanks be to God. I came across a story about a Father Goyo Hidalgo, who was a Catholic priest who originally from Spain, but was working his priestly ministry in a parish called St. Philomena in Carson, California, there in the Diocese of Los Angeles. Anyway, it was in June. He experienced how he describes it, one of those God coincidences, where a mistake helped him reach out to someone in need. Let me explain what happened. Father Goyo had tended to call a parishioner who was left a message, but the person didn't answer, so his call ended up on the voicemail. So he left this message: "Hey, this is Father Goyo. I know you needed to talk. I'm here." He had no idea that he called the wrong person, but about 2 minutes later, the phone rang. However, the voice on the other end wasn't the parishioner he thought he called, but an unknown man who said, "I wanted to talk to a priest for a long time, but I was nervous. How did you know to call me?" Father Goyo explained later in a tweet that he didn't know. He simply dialed the wrong number. And the coincidence was even more meaningful because, you see, that was the last day at his first parish. He was being transferred. And so the next day he would be on his way leaving the parish. And so he was very tempted not to make that call, figured, hey, it's no longer my responsibility. I'm out of here tomorrow. Let the person be the responsibility of the one replacing me. But he made the call because it was next. Something told him to make the call, and so he did. And instead of calling California, he called across the country to New York. And the man would say exactly what he needed to talk to Father Goyo. He said he was praying for a sign of someone to reach out to him. He needed a lot of spiritual help, and you called me. Imagine that. To me, it's kind of interesting. Calling the wrong number, and I have done that. But it's even more impressive, it was the last day of the parish. You think, what the heck, I'm packing, I got things to do, let the next priest worry about it. But he just felt this urge, this sense from the Spirit, so he did it. And he called, and what a blessing he was. Sort of like Philip here. He gets his urge to go see the Philip on the chariot, the eunuch there. He could have ignored it, said, what, I'm not going to do that. I don't know who that is. But he felt the urge, said, okay, Lord, I'll do what you ask. And so he led this person, baptized him, led him to Christ. Have you ever got that little promptings from God? I think we all do from time to time. You know, things are said maybe in church. Hey, we need some people to help us out. Join this small group, go here, come to the mission. And you hear that little voice says, maybe I should do it. No, we put it off, no, and then we dismiss it. When the Spirit moves, when the Spirit speaks, when you have that urge, why don't you say yes? Why don't you take the chance? Okay, Lord, this is what I feel, then I'm going to do it. Be led by the Spirit. Be open to the Spirit. Let go of those restrictions we place on our life. If you pray and you open the Spirit will guide you. Say, Lord, I just want to be a blessing today. Wherever you want me, whatever you want me to do, I'm open. And so when you hear that little whisper, don't shut the door, but answer it. God bless you.